the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium.
Oh, Madden, yes, sir. All right, we're good.
Baltimore, Maryland.
I can't even pass on
this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Hold up, one more thing. Alright.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
Let's go. Big series right here.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. Look at the spin. And now running right through it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Tim Williams in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something.
There goes Mark Ingram. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 72 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Offense trots back out for Arizona. And, Charles, this is a Cardinals team this year that's been streaky. So they got off to the rough start. Then they picked it up. They were 3-3-1. We thought, wait a minute, is this a playoff team? Now they've lost 5 straight after the recent defeat to the Rams. So they're at 3-8-1, excuse me. So maybe this is the Cardinals team that we thought we would see.
Yeah, it doesn't help them at all that right now they're in the toughest division in football. San Francisco, Seattle, Seattle, San Francisco, whichever one you want to put at the top right now. Oh, yeah, the Rams are there as well. Went to the Super Bowl last year. I think that they played better than what anyone would have expected. And I'll just leave it with myself. I thought maybe 3 or 4 wins max for the season. For them to get to 3-3-1 at one point and scare some people. And I thought that they had a very good shot at beating the Rams last week. So maybe they're coming back to earth a little bit. But I think they're laying a pretty good foundation for the future.
Yeah, good point, because the regime that came in, they didn't inherit a 13-win team. They inherited a 13-loss team. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. Throwing now is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams, his second sack of the night.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that.
Now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona.
Why would I just do it by myself?
Boy, tie game, first quarter, but still they're going to go with the onside kick. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Let's go now. Check, 43. Get that quarterback.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jackson, this one complete to Ingram. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. The 20, 10, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 14-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Baltimore taking the field again here, and as we mentioned earlier, getting the win over San Fran this past week to get to 10-2. That's now 8 straight victories for the Ravens. That's a new franchise record. And you mentioned that they are going to have their, in all likelihood, their 2nd consecutive division crown in the AFC North. Last year, they barely got it at the end of the season. They've got a full 3-game lead this year.
Yeah, they could cruise to the title. It won't be easy because they have to go to Buffalo next. And Buffalo has to have that game in order to keep pace in the wild card race, and they're playing pretty well. But then after that, they're home against the Jets, then they take on the Browns, and then they're home for Pittsburgh. So you're right, they've got a chance to kind of cruise in, but I don't think they're going to play it that way. They've got a lot of momentum going. They're clicking on offense with Lamar Jackson, and the defense has really stepped up.
And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Let's go, man. Pick 6 all day.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Here the Cardinals push further out in front.
Go to it. Oh, man. I'm just making sure. Oh, but hold on. Let y'all make sure this. Let y'all see this. Y'all see that? Oh, man. I'm not cheap. At all. At all. They shouldn't have added. But it was, bro. To add the X factors. Come on. Go.
So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds. drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Steps away to his left. He uncorks it first and got his man complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. 46 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
Interception on deck, baby.
CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right? They won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win over Carolina, and then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore. Carolina, they still thought maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just 1 game back of 6-6 Dallas. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games Week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think of the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore and Buffalo. Murray fighting, lost the football.
Thank you.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out?
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Here we go with Johnson. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown. We now proceed to the start of the second half. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Out to his left. 20! And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space. And
they'll take him into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So, Barcast, y'all learn how we rock today.
Now he's back out there.
All right, so basically, if y'all want to watch the reaction, it's going to be this. And if y'all want to watch the video,
yeah, they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone.
My watch.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They stay on the ground off first with Johnson. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. The former first-round pick, Shane Ray, in on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on second down, Murray. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. So another snag for Fitzgerald, who in 2015 became the youngest player at age 32 to hit 1,000 receptions. He's piling up some more.
We don't give a shit.
The way he's playing today, it's almost like he's trying to get a second 1,000 just in one contest. When they're operating this well.
He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
He better be lucky.
Now Murray throwing on second down. On the move to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah,
he was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. And that takes us from second to third down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Murray with a third and long. Rolling to his and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge game, and it does not pay
Thank you, man. I like
they fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
But he almost got it
Ravens
first
get
down,
the football
bro.
back and in great shape. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. His throw incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target.
Yo, you know the X factor ain't on. See, first one free. Rest for 10 plus yards. 2 out of 3. Then after that, I'm finna get my X factor.
To throw again. Jackson forced him, and he can't get rid of it. He's
Like
taken down.
he got an X factor, but his X factor
his
ability
second
not on
sack of the night. Well, there
We
was
need to start
second
looking
long,
at
now
that.
it's third and
See,
even
now
longer.
his
They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
It's complete to Snead.
My God, why you get
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 600. Now look at this.
She ain't used to shit.
Got it. Go all the way.
Let's go! If it take it up,
To the days of just getting a fumble
I can do that, dude.
Everyone's
If you want
into
some
taking it the other way,
shit,
trying to create
but
points
I have that too.
Well, they are now
And she get
a
this smiling,
terrific
she ain't used to
opportunity
this.
inside the 5.
He gonna pick it up. Oh yeah, he had what? I forgot how that goes. Like that, you're gonna do that.
They'll come out in the pistol. How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with now his second touchdown of this third quarter as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again. We'll get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Y'all, he's finna get it easy first and 5.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Yes. Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So this helps to start a drive after the
All right,
penalty.
so
It'll be 1st and 5.
Fourth interception. I need one more.
Murray now to throw. The ball now. Murray has
Man,
it
bro,
stripped.
get the ball. That money over.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
What? When I say what you call got some Madden.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Thank you. Get the yards. Get the yards. Get the yards.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still second down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray fighting. Lost the football.
Made you fumble.
Unfortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession.
I don't care.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald.
Not fast enough. I don't really care.
A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 63 yards.
There's a reason that we talk about Larry Fitzgerald and how smart he is as a route runner, isn't there?
Yeah, and in particular, what makes him dangerous on the post.
His ability to widen a defender from the center of the field by making him think that he's going to run a route that's going to go to the outer part of the field. He moves him out of the way, and it makes that one cut, right? Puts that foot in the ground, gets inside, and then it's hard to go through him to try and get to the football.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
I'll wait on night. No. I'll wait on night to get down with her room. So we both
What you said was we were going to start in our front, the room first. I was going to start at the front, but you said something. Nah, I was going to start in our room first.
I ain't know you never told me you were going to start from the front. DJ.
There's some on.
You don't got iPhone?
Yes. We should my mom got iPhone.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, hold on. I can't FaceTime her. Hold on. Can't FaceTime. You gotta call her else. You gotta call her else. Well, you gotta tell her FaceTime B. Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Murray to air it out again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And out of bounds right around the 20. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Now Murray being chased out left. He'll run it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Murray going to throw. Dancing to his left. And the Cardinals are in. Touchdown.
Great job, man. Keep getting those touchdowns.
We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rush.
back to back. He got an interception, then after the interception, he got a point. Alright, you just lost. Just take your L. How you won? How you won today? It's 19-27. You scored one more time? Yes, I did. Yeah, your computer, but your computer play better than you do. But I did get 21. Nah, bro. You really can't. You really not about to sit there and not do nothing and wait on him. I just told you, you had too bad, so you still play, bro. But you can run it. You can run it back. I'm still a beast, man. I'm still a beast. Hey, you take it to hell. Because he doing all that. Come in and stay though. Come on.
Touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got it to Ingram, complete. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. No run there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Sliding out of the... And he will score! Touchdown, Baltimore! A 6-yard touchdown run as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Ingram. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Looks like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. All the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 47 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, I mean, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra, right?
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. Fighting him off. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he works free. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And an alley to run. Powerful running. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense?
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline...
It's over with. He did not beat me. Y'all see what the computer did for him. Yeah. We'll run it back.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream.
You did not, don't even start there. You did not win.
3 strikes, ain't got to lose.
The computer did.
When it's all on
He did not win,
what you
bro.
gonna do? I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me.
But technically,
Conversation,
did not.
ain't got time for no
Technically,
debating.
he did not
It's
win.
more to
The
take it.
computer.
No hesitation.
He
Don't
did.
try my patience.
He
I'm a boy.
left out.
For the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I don't run to the bed until we all
I got taken by Denver. I was in the lead.
footsteps coming 'cause we
I
coming
been
for the
sound.
check.
Stupid, dumb.
We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
1,
We ain't gon' run,
2,
don't hide.
3.
Never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest. Unforgettable. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of a distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Yeah. 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 Hey. Yeah. Let's go. Hey. Yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains.
I'm the coach. Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion. Not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jacobs sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Raider first down, 17 yards. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting the tone early for his defense.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard.
How you unconnect this controller? Get that one. And then what I'm about to do, I gotta unconnect this first. How you do it? Go to power. Oh, I know. No.
Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Keeps himself upright. Man, it's Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Now left side on the swing pass. The end result, 21 yards. Jacobs has said repeatedly that his punishing running style is a reflection of his difficult upbringing, and he showed another example of that toughness there. You want to talk about a guy that's overcome a lot. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on fourth down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, they've made it pay off.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This one into the hands of Ginn out wide. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, it's Brees. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Breeze going to come up here. First and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. That's a gain of 3. Now, right there. 54, right there.
Breeze now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it looking at a 4th down and 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just needs a little more oomph behind it. And it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Breeze. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Raiders coming back out here, and CD, it's a Raiders team that's now lost 2 in a row, so they're 6-6. They got manhandled in the division game this past week against KC, 40-9. That was a game really that the Raiders needed, but now the AFC West pretty close to out of reach. You know, they're 5-1 at home, 1-5 on the road, so that's been the story. Good news, though, they're undefeated in Vegas, so the future there looks bright, right?
I like that, and they'll get a fresh start there beginning in 2020. But when you think about this Raiders team, and you mentioned that home record versus road, they really made the road difficult for them, didn't they? Because of baseball and other things, they were on the road for, almost 50 days before they played a true home game, even though they did have a home game in London. But that's not exactly how you want to do things. So I think this Raiders team has played better than expectations. Just being in the race this late in the season, I think, is a win for them. I'd look out for the Raiders in 2020 when they start over in Las Vegas.
But I guess we can't completely write them off. At 6-6, they're still on the outside looking in for that final wild card spot. And with these last 4 games, 2 at home against Tennessee and Jacksonville, then they'll finish at the Chargers and at Denver.
I like your optimism.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Carnell on first down. Forced out to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally... down at the 34.
Come on now, let's go.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill. They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on fourth down. To throw is Carr. Escapes the sack. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's Carr to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Luke Wilson there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Breeze. And this is Cook with the grab. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Encroachment, defense.
Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll run. This is Kamara. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the...
How would you ask me where you put the phone? You know, I put the phone.
Yellow lady, yellow lady. Check, check, watch the slap, watch the slap.
They run it again with Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to... stay in a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And some space here. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down now. It's Jacobs. And another tackle broken. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Running is Jacobs. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
I don't like you.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Jay. What's up?
You still don't got play to play.
What? What? When you get out, come get up from Auntie Tony's house. Alright. 2, 3. Oh, my fucking nerves.
Still. Still.
I was holding it there, April.
I know he on because he literally, he playing music right now. He's literally playing the game. Hold on, quick.